This is a family connection right here. Trae Tha Truth. What's happening, man?
I'm blessed. I'm living, man.
Hometown hero.
Yeah.
Here it is. You don't have to make music anymore. You know that, right? You've transcended everything at this point. You still love it. You still love the game. What made you want to put this together?
I felt there was something that was much needed, and plus, at the point of once Harvey hit, I kind of just jumped in sacrifice mode, meaning I left my personal life, my career, everything to the side, and 6 months of going day for day is like I've been away from what my reality and my world of what happened before the hurricane. So with me being gone so long, I was steady, not running from it, but it's just like I get to it one day. And then sure enough, everybody was trying to make me take a break because that stuff take wear and tear on your body, being out here for the people every single day. And I wouldn't leave to go on vacation. So rather than do that, I said, man, I'm going to take a couple of days and I'm just going to go try and make myself record because I haven't recorded since way before the hurricane. And
so that's your vacation? That is working.
That was my getaway. The thing is, they just wanted my face away from the trenches of Houston. Yeah. So I gave them that. I went to Atlanta, recorded for 3 days, came out with about 12 songs. And when I did it, I didn't really have any certain intention with it. I was just like, man, I'm going to put something out there just so I can also feed my fans.
Exactly.
And because so many people think that Houston was normal and things were okay, but they didn't see it from our eyes, are the ones who are out there every day. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself, Mr. Rogers, the relief gang. So I felt like it's only right for me to paint that picture through my music for a lot of people who don't come to Houston, who haven't been, who kind of is slightly even familiar with what's going on. They need to really understand the severity of it. And
how severe? Can you explain to us? Because, for most of us, we don't know.
500,000 homes, 2 million cars affected. The difference of a flood, like a lot of people, of course, the forefront of it is the hurricane. Hurricane came and went. It was the flooding that damaged Houston, how it was. The flooding, and then all of a sudden, for the first time, we just got random tornadoes ripping through the
oh my gosh,
through the different parts of the city. But the difference with flooding is you can ride up and down the street, and it was only, of course, the water. You know what I'm saying? So the water's dried up. You may see a little water line on the house, but you have no idea what's going on inside those homes unless you actually going in them. You may go in a home and they have no walls, or the house may be filled with mold, or it's just all kind of crazy stuff, man. You have to get out there and experience it to understand.
What's the most severe experience you've had? And we're talking about Hurricane Harvey, just in case people are wondering which hurricane we're talking about. So what would you say was the most severe?
Everything is unique in different ways. I don't look at anyone's situation more severe than the next. You had a situation where we rescued a 98-year-old lady that no one came to check on or help, who was living in mold, sleeping on a little couch probably smaller than the one that Michelle over there sitting on. Sweet lady. Of course, mold will kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, people say it, but I don't think they really understand, like, with all that getting within your lungs, like, it really can kill you.
It'll kill you.
And she's 98, so, which now her home's rebuilt. She in the house, everything new, so she good. It was situations where this one lady named Miss Shakita, I remember, she had breast cancer, but in the process of it, the flood and everything, she didn't have an ice box. She had her kids, and they were expecting her not to live past the week. But rather than her worry about herself, she's trying to figure out ways, well, hey, if something happened to me, my kids don't even have nowhere to store food or anything. So, we went to take care of her and ended up bonding with her, taking a liking to her and helping her and the family out. And in the process of that, again, remember I told you they didn't expect her to live. She lived past that week, but then her daughter randomly died out of nowhere. So
Oh my gosh.
she still continued. She made it through Christmas. She actually made it to a couple of weeks ago, and then she passed. So it's just, there's so many different situations. Then you have, we call them undocumented people. You know, like, I guess people call them immigrants. I don't label it like that. But long story short, you have parts of town where whole apartment complexes, nobody have their papers. And so imagine their whole apartment complex is being flooded out, but they can't go ask for help because it's a chance they may get snatched up,
Oh no.
deported, or separated from their kids. So it's just a whole bunch of different situations.
How much of this took a toll on you?
I think everything definitely took its toll, but you know, when you're a God-fearing person, you understand that He's not gonna put nothing on you that you can't handle. And I think a lot of people know we were built to do what we do, and that's why a lot of people kind of just let us take our lead, because that's what we do. But definitely takes our toll. I mean, you lose family because some family don't understand. You know, it causes problems. You know, our health. My partner, Mr. Rogers, you know, he got diagnosed with diabetes. I mean, it just take wear and tear, you know. But even in the process, you know, we make the best of it, because we were just at a point like it's bigger than us right now. There's so many other people in need, and you know, we complain about things we have, but there's so many people out there that's doing way worse.
Yeah, I mean, when you put things in perspective like that, it just reminds you that there's always millions of people who are doing worse than you, and also that you could be doing more, right? You hear this and you just see how much you sacrificed. I don't know if there's a way that you can explain it, but if you could paint a picture of how much you gave up to help others during this time and still continue.
A way to sum it up in just a
so
quick
people
phrase,
understand.
I gave up my lifeline, meaning you give up your career. This is what feeds my family. You give up the time of your family. You know, I have 3 boys, so you know, like, not being able to be there with them, which they're very understandable. You know, one of my sons is special needs, so of course, you know, you have to try and be there as much as you can, you know, which I thank God for his mother, because she does an amazing job. We started a foundation for him called Unique and Gifted. I mean, that your health, your time, you have to deal with different frustrating situations. Like, some people grateful, some people ungrateful. Some people use you. I
can't even.
Some people steal from you. Some
I can't.
people make you feel guilty. Some people, it just took a lot, you know. But at the end of the day, it's like, if I say I'm gonna stand on these 10 toes and this what I'm gonna do, this what I'm gonna do. I mean, I'm gonna take everything that come with it, and it definitely takes its toll, and giving up just the time and
your
just
life.
just the life in general. I mean, you have to think, it started simply from me rescuing people in boats, to rescuing people in monster trucks, to where it jumped to we gave out over $1.3 million worth of supplies, where we've adopted whole school districts, over 50 to 100 homes. We take care of so many families. You know, we take families on shopping sprees. Every holiday, anything that they need, we'll probably purchase. Only thing they have to do is just show up to get it. And, you know, so at times, even, for instance, holidays like Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff that we could be doing with our family, we was out there at our warehouse making sure everybody else is good. So,
how much has the government been involved with helping all the victims after Hurricane Harvey? Or have they not?
From my experience, because we help a lot of people, the first thing they say is they've been denied. You know, and
denied getting government assistance?
Getting assistance from FEMA. They get denied. Then they're told, hey, you should try and get a loan. But how does that work for somebody who was struggling before the hurricane hit, and now you lost everything, and now you're telling them to try and get another loan? You know what I'm saying? It's just, and then it's not even guaranteed that they would get it. Yeah. And when you get a runaround so much, you get to a point where it's like, man, they send me here, and now they send me back through the same route. So it's just like, F it. I don't even want to, like, I give up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a frustrating situation just in general.
Do you get nonstop calls for help?
Definitely, man, it gets overwhelming. Of course, my phone number, I don't put my phone number on there. You know, we use the email and the Relief Gang DM, but if you have any idea, it get to the point people don't even care that it ain't got nothing to do with the hurricane. They just, hey, can you pay my rent? Hey, I've had people who asked for us to get prosthetic legs, and like they have no barrier to what they ask for. Anything that we can, I believe I'm more than willing to, but people also have to understand that there's only so much we can do, because all that money that circulated through the city, none of it came to us. We found our own way. You know, we spent our own money. We got money from a lot of my entertainer partners, sent me stuff to help keep the efforts going, you know. And a lot of them, I salute them for standing up. But as far as just like the real money that was being sent and circulated out there, none of it touched us.
How can people help? How can they see you working hard, they see you out here doing this? How can they get involved?
Definitely they can. My website is angelbynature.com or reliefgang.com, and they can always go there to donate. My Instagram really is the eyes of what goes on out there. Like, we always allow people to come volunteer. We show people what's going on, because a lot of people follow my page just to see what really goes on, because they didn't know, you know. And sometimes you can't fault people for not knowing. So I think we found the cool way to use our social media and our platform to use it for a source that's needed, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, some people try to follow the blueprint. If it's genuine, it works. If not, then it look like they're just trying to show off, because they're not really showing what's really going on. They just want to show they've been out there before. So with us, you know, consistency is key. We always out there doing whatever we can.
And it's not in a news cycle, and you still are out there, and you're helping people every single day.
I'm the vice president of Grand Hustle Records, so you can imagine with me and Tip, I'm supposed to be constantly putting stuff together, making sure stuff going on. I can't tell you last time we sit in the office meeting about label or music, because they understand this is what I'm.
He loves you. He's so proud of you. He just always talks about you.
But we brothers, it's vice versa. I'm proud of him just as much. That's why a lot of people don't really understand why me and him click together, why we brothers the way we are, because we similar in so many ways, you know. And we just, it's just different things that people do that keep us motivated. Like, for instance, Tip always trying to find ways to help, which even led to with Colin, with what Colin did. You know, that was a blessing, because, you know, it come times where it gets frustrating, like, hey, we running out of money, nobody's helping us, nobody's donating, and then out of nowhere a blessing will come, like with what Colin did. I believe he ended up getting me $30,000, which ended up helping us continue with some of the homes we're doing. Now the bad part of that is, some of these homes we doing, we end up spending like almost 40 or 50 a house. So it's like, when you spending something like that, because imagine trying to fix a home that already had a million problems before this. So when you go in to fix it, you not knowing
what other issues you're gonna get.
And so you don't want to be in there like, well, you know, I only want to do this, and then you leave them hanging. So it's like, nah, man, like, we got to figure out ways to make it work.
Oh, you're good, man.
So it's just frustrating, man, because there's a lot of people that could help, but I've always learned that I'm not here to point fingers and tell them what they should do, because if it's genuine, they should want to do it on their own. And if they're not, I just need to figure out how to keep it going.
I mean, you've been figuring it out, but it would be nice to get some help.
Yeah, the city, I believe.
I mean, what's up?
500 million was raised in the city. I mean, think about it. If we've made it off of a few 100,000 throughout the city, if that's what we made it off of, and we've done tremendous work, imagine what would happen if we had anywhere of a 500,000 or a million. The stuff that these people are collecting and saying that they have to spend, we would have We did it the street way. We would have found the way to stretch that. Whatever they could have got done for 100,000, we'd have got something times 10 done that. We'd have made it work. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, but then again, when you have people like us, me being a street cat and an entertainer, then my partner is a DJ, and it's like they feel like, well, they're not no super big charity like that. We don't know them. The world don't just know them like that, so they don't know what they're doing.
But you show where the money goes.
I think people understand
It's
it now.
not a secret. It's not like some mysterious place that it exists. That it really goes to the people.
I think they're understanding now, because now when you want to get to the people, you have to come through us.
Yeah.
Because
Duh.
at the end of the day, you have to gain the people's trust. The people have to know you have their best interest in heart, and we're probably some of the only few that they trust that way.
Yeah.
You know, we can put a post and make, because even when it's not holidays or anything, we just randomly, hey, what y'all need? Like, this is what we got going. Y'all pull up, and we always constantly doing different things. You know, like in the midst of helping people, giving out supplies. You know, I done met kids that I done took in like my own now. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's one thing they know they're in good hands with us. We're gonna do what we can. We can't make everything happen, but we just gonna do what we can as is.
A real life hometown hero. Real life. Like, this, not just saying it. You know, people are always like, yeah, this, like, no, like, you for real. It's not just about making money off of your city. It's not making money just off of where you come from. You really give back. You really take care of people. And I think it's amazing.
I appreciate you. The thing is, one thing that people do know as far as Texas, people just now starting to see this because of the hurricane. They're not knowing. I've been had my own holiday for over 10 years. I've been doing this. This is nothing. Before the hurricane hit, they already gave me the key to the city. So you don't get those type of things randomly. You have to put in work for that. So I've been doing this well over 10, 15 years easily. I think now it's just they have a magnifying glass on the city just behind all the attention that came with it.
Oh, lots of it.
Yeah.
How did Beyonce get involved? Because everybody was so excited, but I love that, you know, everybody was talking about how you put everything together, and I think it was T.I. who made it clear, like, hello, Trae Tha Truth, hello, like, make sure you understand what's happening. It's nice to see everybody come together, but did that connection happen because of her coming down to help in Houston?
No, you know, Beyonce is from Houston,
right?
So her family, you know, their church and stuff is there, so she came out there just on her own, you know, and in the midst of that, we ended up linking up.
That's great.
Linking up through her people actually came out when we were doing some apartments, getting everybody situated. So in the midst, Beyonce was coming back, and they hit me. They're like, man, she want to make sure she come out to the people with you, you know. And when she came to town, I went to the church with her mother, Michelle, and everybody. They were doing a event for a lot of people. You know, everybody showed up, which was a beautiful event.
Wow.
And after that, me and her, we went to the George R. Brown, which was the public shelter at the time. You know, thousands of people there. And then after that, you know, we would have our daily thing. We would pick a neighborhood, and we would go and we would get everybody what they need. And we decided we were going to go to her neighborhood, which was 3rd Ward. You know, we were going out there anyway. So they were like, she want to come wherever you going. And we went, and, you know, it was amazing, man. She had Blue Ivy out there, you know.
Oh, my gosh.
Food, diapers, cleaning supplies, toiletries, water, clothes, blankets, even toys, like everything, you know. So
it's like you said, if someone wants to help and they do it, they'll find a way. They'll do it on their own.
And I commend her 1,000%. It's nothing nobody can say pertaining to her, or if if she ever need anything from our way, they know I'm coming full-fledged. Because even after that, you know, a lot of people were sleeping on molded floors and stuff. So, you know, her and Ivy, they ended up doing, Ivy McGregor, she's actually out here too, but her foundation ended up getting like $100,000 worth of mattresses
Wow.
and sent them to us to go get them to the people.
Oh
So
my gosh.
definitely been a big help, and I'm pretty sure she's continue helping, because she didn't really do it for the
Of course
attention. She does a lot, and I commend and salute her 1,000%. At the end of the day, it's Houston, and we all one together.
Yeah. You know what? That is one thing about Houston. Anyone that I've ever met, they're lots of pride, lots of love. We still from Houston though. Like, it was funny. I was talking to like a random actor, right? I had like another gig to do. It was Dennis Quaid out of all the actors, and he's from Houston, right?
I didn't know that.
And all of a sudden, it was Beyonce's name is Houston, and I was like, oh. I see the connection.
Dennis Quaid from Houston.
Yes.
Me and him got to bump into each other.
Yeah, it's like a Texas Houston thing, and I realized that must feel great when everybody comes together.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely dope because we all, each one of us at the top of our peak.
Yeah.
In our own ways.
Exactly.
I mean, Beyonce, it's the number one
It's Beyonce.
singer in the
Yeah.
world. I mean, and she's from Houston.
Yeah.
And you have then people like me who, from the music to being in the industry for over 20 years to what I'm doing in the community, inspiring so many others from Houston. Then you have it. Not only that, I think even what we were doing motivated sports, because then right after you had the Astros win the World Series.
It's crazy.
Now you have the Rockets with the number one record ever within most wins in the NBA in the season. So it's like everybody's trying to do their own thing.
It's great energy, for sure. What I don't know how much you could share with us. What is the situation with the lawsuit? Now, I know that you're suing Radio 1 for defamation. That's what we do know.
Well, it's actually a
and
couple
don't
more
share
things.
too much. I don't want you to share too much.
I think it's a couple more things on the press release. I don't want to get them wrong, which the press release is public info.
Right.
But long story short, I've been banned worldwide for 8 years. It's going on 9 years in October. And I'm just standing for what's right, man. I've been stripped of everything. And not only have I been stripped, I feel like the people been stripped, because having me banned and blackballed in the corner, if I'm helping this amount of people now, imagine how many more people I could have helped if I wouldn't have had to deal with the things that I'm dealing with. And it's a hard situation. On side of the legal matter, it's a hard situation because a lot of people are forced to choose, do I get my money or do I stand for what's right with Trae? And a lot of people choose their money. So it ended up kind of wedging relationships a lot. And it kind of lead me just standing on my own, which I think, again, I'm built for that. That's what make me me. But it's a frustrating situation, because it's like a lot of people that I came up with or was cool with, or people that I would have jumped out there to stand for, chose to be like, hey, well, I don't want to upset them, or I don't want this to trickle over to me, so let me just go on, get away from him. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. I don't cry about it. I just deal with it and keep it moving.
Oh, you're so composed. You're so even keel. I'd be like, yo, we fighting. What's up? Like, this is what's happening? All right, cool. Wow. And now, can you share with us why they banned you? And it's okay if you can't, because I don't want this to.
I think this is the situation. Their quote unquote reason was one of the morning show hosts was just jugging at me for the longest, and I called and I asked them, like, what they doing ain't right. They like, oh, they just doing their job, and they kept running the interview back, which it got a lot of attention. So, the host, she knows she did what she did. I called her fat ass, and that's why I'm banned right now, simply for calling her fat ass. And it's so crazy. I remember me and her having a conversation, and she told me, she like, yeah, I got you on my turf, and you got me on your turf. We even. But a lot of people leaned it towards her, but she wasn't the one that had the final say so,
Couldn't this be fixed? Like, this sounds very.
I believe it could have been a long time ago, but I think in any situation, just my instinct is pride is on the line.
Yeah.
And if that's what it is, people will risk it all behind pride. Even me as a man, in certain situations, I'll probably risk a lot behind my pride. And it becomes a frustrating situation. I remember times like where you remember when the tragedy happened in Haiti and everybody raised and stuff, you know, certain events, like even when we would come together and try and get water supplies and stuff and do benefits, you know, it would be told that, hey, if you want us to promote it and help, we'll do it, but you got to take Trae off. Trae can't be involved. So it even comes times where I'm trying to help people where I get removed. And at the end of the day, I'm a realistic person. So when I have to be removed, I stand up and I be like, you know, don't worry about it. I'm going to remove myself, you know, just to keep confusion down. But it just, you know, it just become a frustrating situation because it's like, it's bigger than us. We're trying to help people. So at what point do we wake up and see that, you know? But yeah, it's going on. It's going on 9 years. I feel everything's God's timing, man. So however he see fit, it's supposed to go is how it's going to go.
Exactly. I really hope it works out. And just with all the great work, the music you've given us, and all you've shared your soul for so long with so many of us. I really hope everything works out. Regardless, you're winning. You've won, you know? So it doesn't matter. But for the sake of just the energy of everybody, this could easily be resolved, you know, and I hope it gets resolved.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I just rightfully want to be able to feed my family. For the last 8-9 years, I haven't, because I'm not allowed to tour. I'm not allowed to do anything because you can't do business with me. Mm-hmm. So when I can't get a record deal because you never know if that's going to trickle down to some of your up-and-coming artists for just aligning yourself with me. So it's like so much been took. I feel like, man, I just rightfully, as hard as I work, I want to be able to provide for me and mine and just keep it moving. Yeah. I don't have no grudge. I stand on anything I ever done, you know, and at the end of the day, it's like you live and you learn and you keep moving. But as far as just stripping my family and me and so many others that I help, that's the part where I feel I got to stand.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you stand for everybody else. You got to stand up for yourself. And Trae, it's always an honor to have you. I wanted to thank you for supporting Colin during these times. And I know how much he loves you. I know how much he just thinks the world of you. But
it's vice versa. I'm with him 1,000%. Like me and him similar in so many ways, just different worlds with the same thing, you know.
And I'm just so happy you two connected. And I feel like I've known you for so long just because of how much he talks about you. And, you know, the fight continues and we're going to keep fighting and nothing's going to stop us. And I'm just glad you're able to make it through. You know, anytime you're in New York, come and hang out with us.
Most definitely.
And when I come to Houston.
Matter of fact, so my holiday, I don't know if you ever heard, you know, my holiday is probably the biggest thing, Trae Day. So you're more than welcome to come this year. This year number 11. So everybody comes out.
This is amazing. 11?
Yeah.
You're so humble. I wouldn't be humble. I'd be like, yeah, y'all, look and pay attention. Year 11.
That ain't going to be me.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming by. Definitely. Appreciate it.